Okay, welcome to the qualifiers call. Today is the 28th. Is that correct? Heather, are you okay? Okay, so I wanted to spend some time with you guys today, just kind of going over basically getting your opinions. I want to hear what's going on with you guys. I want to hear what's working for you, what's not working for you, what are some ideas that we can come across. And the reason I say this, I had one plan and I'm going with another, only because what I'm finding when I'm having conversations with some of our team members is I don't want this business to become something that they have to do just to check a block. You know, like this is supposed to be fun. This is supposed to be engaging. It's supposed to want other people to join your business. But how do we do that? How do we get us to the point where we're having fun again? Not that a lot of you probably are having fun, but how do we get where it's exciting? And it makes you wake up in the morning excited about doing your business. So many of us, let's see, 1, 2, 3. Oh, go ahead, Heather.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know if you were asking for input right there or not.
I do. And the reason I'm having this particular call today too, and I think, you know, like Michaela, you haven't moved this summer, but a lot of us did. And I think when we move, and I've had this conversation with several of you guys, is what do you do when you're in a new place? Or even when you've been in the same place for a long time, you feel like nothing is going, like you're just spinning your wheels, but nothing's happening. How do we bring it back to, hi, Kristen, where we had so much fun doing this that we wake up excited? So Heather, you have something wise to say, I know. Go.
I don't know if it's that wise, but I was just going to say, like, full disclosure, I've totally been in that spot where it wasn't fun. Like, I've never been to the place where I'm like, I'm done, I'm going to quit this. Like, that would never even cross my mind. But I have been to the place where it was like, it felt like a job, like checking boxes or whatever. And I don't know, I don't have like a really great way to say like, here's how I got from there to here. But I can tell you part of it honestly probably was moving, like getting to reinvent myself somewhere new and be like, this is the Heather that they'll know because this is who I'm going to be, and I'm going to be super fun, and like I'm going to say yes to as many activities as I can. But I definitely have flipped that switch, because I remember my very first night that I signed up as a distributor, I left Amy's house, I went home, and I was up until like 3 o'clock in the morning because I was so excited. And like, I mean, I spent like an hour making a business card. I mean, I was not doing anything like profound, but I was just so excited about it. And I just, you know, to try and capture that again, like, I feel like I'm back at that point where part of it is that I'm not scared to talk to anybody or, you know, like bring it up. And so that makes it kind of more like I feel freer because I'm not like trying to see someone and be like, okay, I need you to be my next T30 order. I need you. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I'm just having conversations. Like Thursday night, I went out, and I was probably one of the older ones there, but we went to do it was like a putt-putt pub crawl. Not really how I usually spend my Thursday nights, right? I was with the young professionals group though, and so it was a networking, in my mind, it was a networking thing, and I was, you know, like tagging all these little conversations we were having. In their mind, we were just like getting wasted and putt-putting at the same time. Like it was, you know what I mean? But like it was just different ways to connect with people all the time. Not that I'm telling everyone to go do that, don't do that. But I don't know, now I'm rambling, but I've been there and I am back from it. It's just you, we're not frozen. And listen. So if you're in the trenches of like it's not very fun, figure out a way to get out of it, because you will get out of it, but it's better to just always stay excited. Done.
Well, and I think that's kind of, Haley, that's awesome. I think that is exactly what I think a lot of people need to hear, including myself, you know, because I think it's very easy to, I don't know. I've been struggling, and I know a lot of you have been struggling, just moving, trying to find what works for us. Life can be hard. Life can be stressful. Life can be, we put ourselves in way too many positions. I have a hard time saying no to people when people ask me to do things. And so I don't know if anybody else is like that, but I have to bring it back all the time to what is fun, what is going to make us have a great time. Great example. Moving to a brand new place, it's so nice, and I think Heather's experiencing this too, and I hope all of you get this experience, and if you don't have it, you need to make it. Having team around you who are doing events that you can piggyback on. And if you don't have that, then you create it. But Dr. Bill Sears was just in town this weekend. Okay, I didn't plan it. I showed up, and I think they were like, who's this person who's asking questions as if she's in charge of something? I'm not kidding, because I was like, okay, well, where's the registration table? I still have to pay my money. Who do I pay it to? And everyone's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Stacy has the registration list, and she's not here yet. And she's got Dr. Sears, but she's, she won't be here until like 5 minutes before the event starts. And I'm like, so what do? You take charge? Because I don't know what else not to do. Does that sound, I know that sounds crazy, but I didn't know anybody there except for one person. And then I brought a couple guests that showed up. But the fact is that they had it already planned. So piggyback on things that are already happening or make your own. But yesterday we had a training, and it was so awesome to get to know people in my area. And on Tuesday, they're doing this really cool thing at a local consignment store. The lady who owns it happens to be a distributor, but it's at a place called The New Black. And we're doing a shopping and smoothie event. I'll have to send you the flyer so you guys can see it. It's actually really cute. I see Heather getting her steps for her step bet. But the whole point, I'll be doing that here in a second. The whole point, though, is go to create something or go to something that you think would be fun. I would go to a putt-putt beer crawl. I mean, I probably wouldn't drink, but I would play mini golf. Because it's fun to me, but it's all about conversations.
Well, and what else is cool, again, like I'm coming from little town with nobody else to like all these cool people are here, but Kansas City has a bunch of, totally random events that I would never have thought. There's like a veggie fest for vegans and like pet lovers and just different, things that like, I'm not going to put that on, but I'll totally go to it and see what it's all about. And like, some of you have lived in Alaska before, but I just saw my friend who's up there now, and they went to like an ice sculpture fest. Like, just find what's in your area and go do that. Just go do if you're in a cornfields, go to cornfields, I guess.
Well, and when you have those events that you may not be able to have a booth, how are you finding, Heather, as she walks off, the conversations that you can have with Magic Keys that if you don't have a booth, just go out and make those conversations happen. Again.
Yeah. That's totally what that's the point I was trying to get to with my Thursday night thing is like with the putt-putt, because people would be like, oh, they were like, it's weird that you're at Young Professionals, like, where do you work? Because everyone there knew each other from work things. And so that's when I was able to tell them where I worked. But that wasn't like the main conversation, and then I, of course, I'm like Facebook friending everybody so that we can all keep in contact and keep it going, because now I know who's newly married or there's a couple who's like getting ready to get engaged, and I know who doesn't want to be working anymore because she just had kids, like just all those things.
That's awesome. So how many other people on here are using Magic Keys to go out and meet new people?
Hey, when you're at those vendor events, by the way, those are the best people to go and talk to with the Magic Keys stuff to get them as distributors, because one, they're stuck standing at that table. They can't walk away from you. And two, obviously, like, they're there for a reason. They're trying to promote something. They're trying to make an income. Like, they're already there doing what we do. And so if you just use those Magic Keys and then, and then, you track them down, like, oh, you're a yoga instructor. Oh, great. I'd love to come to one of your classes. Like, whatever it is, those are the best places to find people, like-minded people already who already kind of get it.
Absolutely. And you never know when somebody needs what you have to offer, right? I happened to have a conversation with Luke's kindergarten teacher. She's quite possibly the cutest lady I've ever met in my life. She looks like a kindergarten teacher. She's been teaching kindergarten for 18 years and has blue glasses, and she's adorable. And come to find out, and she's very open with what has happened in her life, mostly because she thinks that, and truly believes that what her experiences were like with her husband, who suffered from addiction, will help other people. And so he had been on tons of medications, and they found this institute in thank you, honey, in Southern California that it was last resort, super duper expensive. Come to find out that everything that he had been suffering from was just the sheer fact that he was gluten intolerant. So he left without being on any medications. I mean, he had been on anti-seizure medications, he had been on anti-anxiety, etc. And basically they said, clean up your diet and take these supplements from GNC is basically what they said. And I pretty much cleared him up. So the point I'm trying to get at is brain health matters. And Dr. Sears did this incredible talk on brain health, but I happened to have a conversation with her, nothing about Juice Plus. It was just merely a conversation using Magic Keys and just trying to learn more about her. And I found out that she was very, very intrigued by brain health. So what did I do? I invited her to Dr. Sears. Did she come? Absolutely. Did she love it? Yes. Will she become my customers? You bet she's going to be. Could she be a distributor? Absolutely. So the whole point is use Magic Keys to your benefit because, again, even if we go in with the idea of not even thinking about telling them about Juice Plus, we always have that in the back of our mind, like, oh, that would be perfect person. You know what I'm saying? But if we don't have an emotional attachment to somebody to getting on Juice Plus, don't you think it'd be easier for us to be able to go out and have conversations with people? Yes, no? I would love to hear your thoughts on that.
I like 1,000% agree because like you were talking about last night, there's those people who on paper, you're like, oh my gosh, you would be an amazing distributor. And so that was in my head the whole time I was talking to them is like, you'll be an amazing distributor. And then they don't want it. And then you're so frustrated because you want it and they don't. So if you just take that all out and you're like, if you want to be a distributor and make this something awesome, great. If you just want to be my friend and like help me be a better whatever, that's great too. And I feel like it's just a whole different mind shift.
Absolutely. So the gist of what I'm getting at is go into conversations with people without a perception that they are going to be a customer or distributor, and practice that. And eventually you'll probably get to the point where you'll go back and be like, oh my goodness, I could just feel your energy. You're going to be on my team. But in the meantime, have fun with it.
Unless you're Kristen, and then you can just go up to anybody in the gym and they'll join your team, depending on what kind of shoes they have and what kind of workout they're doing.
Well, but I will say though, I'm trying really hard to use the Magic Keys more because I've approached you about the business before and it's gone nowhere. And sometimes I wonder, like, if I had, used Magic Keys with them and tried to establish more of a relationship, maybe they would have come to me eventually anyway, and they still might. But, I think a lot of times I have a lot of like that mentality of like, if I like them, I'm going to ask them. I like them, I'm going to ask them. If I like them, I'm going to ask them. You know what I mean? And I mean, it's worked for me, but I am trying to do more Magic Keys to, just establish like better relationships and, and just take it from there.
It's fantastic. Now, how many of you are working with your team members to do the same thing?
Yeah.
Because I think it boils down to, Michaela, you are good. And Amber, I like their videos. I am so impressed by our pre-qualifiers. I mean, they came on the call last week and I told them, I said, your homework assignment is we went over their story, how to do it. A couple of them gave their examples. And then they were tasked with do their story, put it on our Facebook page. And I want it to be 20, 30 seconds, utilizing the Magic Keys. I first heard about Juice Plus, ... It made sense to me because ... Since I started taking Juice Plus, I mean, it's the same. It is back to the basics. And it's the basics that if we can't get our basic story down and teaching our teams how to do the same thing, we're missing the boat. We're missing a key piece because what I'm finding is, and I asked this question yesterday when I did training for the Prattville team, I said, how many of you know your story and can tell me in 20 to 30 seconds your story? And the only people who could raise their hands were the people who'd been in the business for a very long time, right? And then I merely asked, how many of you don't know your story well enough where you have fear of talking to people because you think you're going to say the wrong thing? And that's when everybody else raised their hand. So what that's telling me is that they aren't having conversation just with people to learn more about people. They're going in with the intention of only seeing if they will become a Juice Plus distributor. There's no reflective listening happening. There's no conversation about that. But then it comes back into, well, how is their self-esteem when they're having those conversations? Their self-esteem goes like this because they get no's. And when their brain isn't conditioned to understand that no is not a bad thing, that no is actually a good thing because then, I mean, no is the most powerful word in the English dictionary. I mean, English is a tough language to learn, but no is the hardest thing for people to understand and accept. And it hits you like a ton of bricks when you expect somebody to say yes and then they say no. And that's why I go for no. I told him, go for no, go pro, like all these different things. And then Amy Getz, Julie Herbst is under Amy Getz. She's incredible. She's this beautiful woman. She's 61 years old and she looks like she's way younger. And she did a training on the 5 B's. And so anybody remember what the 4 B's are? Belief in
yourself, the business, network marketing, and the product.
Good. And you know what her 5th B was? Belief in team. And the reasons to build a team. Because how many of you, and I know it sounds like we're all over the place, but trust me, this all comes back to this simple fact that we need to get back to the basics and have fun doing this. But the reason that some people don't grow their business is because they are scared of growing a team because they don't know how to be leaders. And they don't know, you know, especially brand new people. You bring somebody new on and they're like, oh, I'll just get a couple customers. And you're like, but you have me here to help you. But they still don't feel confident in telling people about the business, so they don't even give them the opportunity. And really, how do we get people to grow a business for impact and for compensation? Those are 2 reasons why we want people to grow a team. Compensation because it grows your paycheck, but more importantly, impact because 2 people are better than 1, but 3 people are better than 2. And the list goes on and on and on and on. Do you know what I'm saying? There's no I in team, but team, you know, what do they say? Teamwork makes the dream work. Like that happens the more that you grow a team. So impact, compensation and impact are the 2 reasons. So belief in team. I thought that was really important because we all want team. You know, you all want team to help you stay qualified, to help you get to the next commission level. But a lot of people either say no to the business because they don't know what they're saying no to, or they say no because they don't think that they can handle one more thing in their stressful life, or they're just not interested. And that's okay too. But I think Magic Keys is kind of the component that brings it all together. So what are you guys doing for fun to help grow your business right now? Bueller?
So it depends on so with my new reps, they're young and they like to have wine night. So we're doing another wine night this week. That's not necessarily my idea of fun, but I will absolutely do it with them because that's their idea of fun. And hey, no, I think we're good.
What else?
I think we're okay. I think we're good.
I started teaching 1 class a week at a studio that I really love, and they didn't really have a whole lot of room for an extra instructor, but I was pretty much like, I'm going to teach a class. I'm going to teach a class, and you have a window at 9 o'clock, and that's what's going to happen. So, but I'm just really excited because I think it's going to be a good opportunity to get connected to some moms that are already health-driven, and so that's kind of what I'm trying to do for my own fun. And plus, they have a monthly mom's night out, and they host like yoga, restorative yoga, and it's like they bring in massage therapists for like 3 hours, and yeah, so I'm excited. That's kind of my idea of fun right now.
Well, and especially I think you're a good company. I think a lot of people who work out, their idea of fun is, most of us are instructors, so I think my idea of fun is to get back into teaching again. You know, like I am making myself, I don't know when I'm gonna do this, but soon, I hope.
When do you have time?
But I got a certification in Balayets, which is basically just Indian hip hop music. Exactly, just turning the light bulb. Like, come on. And I got this certification a year ago. I paid for my.
You had to wait until you had an Indian baby to teach it, though.
I did. I think that's why. I just waited until I went to India and I got comfortable doing something Indian. And now that I have my sari and everything that I can actually. You have sari too. But I have spent the last year not doing anything with it because I'm like, when am I going to make time for it? But it's all about what's important to us. And I go back to the whole thing. If it's important to you, you'll do it, right? If watching Game of Thrones is important to you, you're going to do it. If It's important to you, you're going to do it.
You laugh.
And I've never watched Game of Thrones, so I don't even know. I just see it all over the news, like the 9 things that you missed on the Game of Thrones season finale. And I'm like, I don't even know what that show is all about, but it looks cool. So if building a customer base and building a distributor base that's new to you, or building a team member is important to you, then we have to do what it takes to get there. Oh, I don't blame you, Kelsey. So just watch the recording. So she says that her connection is terrible. She's hearing every other word. So I'm totally going to steal, Kristen. I'm going to steal, I know V isn't on here, but Veronica, she's freaking smart. I mean, that girl is smart. And
So smart.
she is really working hard on getting out of her box of what's normal, like wine event, wine and wellness, salad and a jar parties, blah, 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 blah. So she is doing September. How brilliant is this? Getting people moving. And you saw Heather earlier, she was walking, she's getting her steps in. And she's the one that put me on to Step Bet. And Step Bet is exactly what it sounds like. You are paying into a bet to make sure that you get the steps every week that you're supposed to get. And I will tell you, it is forcing me to up my game on the number of steps. And I don't even have that many steps I'm supposed to go. But there are days I come back and I'm like, oh crap, I still have 3,000 steps I have to get. And it's 9:00 at night. I'm like, tag me in, I'm going for a walk. So yesterday we did our call, and Jay went for his walk. He came back, and then I went and I did mine. And I had to finish up my steps. But getting our team members engaged, and I don't mean just team members, but our Juice Plus customer team members, our customers, they're part of our team. They may not be financially compensated by the company, but they're still our team. And to get them involved, I love it. Get them involved with something like this and doing like a team step bet challenge. How cool would that be? So she came up with that information, that kind of thing. What other ideas? Do you guys have any other ideas, things that we could do for the month of September? Something different, something out of the box?
This isn't really for September, but I want to start thinking about it anyway, because I already have people who are like tired of salads in a jar, and I just got here. But crockpot, how do you say crockpot October? Crocktober. Yeah. So I know that's like a little bit farther, but I really want to make that like a big, strong event, because I think crockpots or Instapots or whatever people are using is a great meal planning tool.
Absolutely. I still have all the Crocktober event, the recipes and we should probably like change up and make them prettier that's Heather, that's you, to make them really pretty. But I have them from Kimberly Warlow's event.
Yeah, I've got those, but I was thinking I would just use everything out of the Shred cookbook. That's
even better. So are you going to put them like on a pretty backdrop? So just it's one picture?
Yes.
I knew you would. You make it so pretty and like vibrant colors. So then let's plan on doing a Crocktober event. I think that's a fantastic. And here's the thing is that you start putting it out there in middle September so that it starts the first week of October, but people are like, I'm so excited. And I look at what Team PCS, which you guys did with your lunchbox.
That was awesome. Yeah.
It's a one team, one mission. So more people are going to come to it. If you build it, they will come. So that's a great, great idea. I think that's fantastic. What else? Anybody else have anything? Because I'm with you, Heather. Like salads get really old for me. I like a good old salad. Not every day.
Dude, but Matt eats them every single day, so I still have to make them all the time. I'm like, but everyone else is tired of them except him. He needs his oatmeal, his overnight oats in a little jar, his salad in a big jar, and in his lunchbox they go.
Oh, that's so cute. Well, what about a make and take? That was I don't know where the play on words came. It came from somebody different, a different team or something like that. But Pam Alvarado, she did the one where people all brought like a salad in a jar, but everybody brought a specific item and everybody walked away with 2 full meals for the week. And she posted what the meals were, like some kind of.
That's fun to do, even with just like complete balls. Honestly, like a couple different, or like desserts. Well, Kristen, you did one like that, right?
I did a shake and bake event
we were
once.
thinking about doing it with the dessert one. Yeah, that was like one of my ideas. I think I'm gonna reinstate it for my goal was actually to do it for December, because like so many people are making like cookie exchanges and all this stuff, and like it's disgusting. Excuse me, by judging, it's disgusting. Like I personally like cannot eat cookies. Like they make me sick. And so I want to give your options, and I know that other moms will want it too. Like we go to so many holiday parties and host them. Like it'd be so nice to have healthier treats, stuff, so people don't feel like they're, you know, destroying their bodies over the holidays.
Yeah.
Definitely.
What did you guys do for the shake and bake?
For the make and take?
No,
No,
Kayla did a shake and bake.
Yeah, what did you guys do for that?
So I baked like the shepherd's pie, and then I did all the balls, and Christy did some balls too, and then I made a big batch of shake that I just blended like some vegetables and fruit in with Juice Plus mix, and yeah, that was like the shakes.
Cool.
Well, but how cool would it be if people made their own balls? I don't even know how you make that like into an event without sounding dirty, but
I still like my idea from yesterday, Amy.
tell everybody your idea.
So I figured it might get people's attention. Like that's kind of my goal with my next few events, is that I have to get their attention like immediately from the title. So I said I want to do a balls and nut juice. Get it? Ball and all. So a balls and nut juice party, and people will be like, "What the?"
I'm totally not going to your party.
Well, and it's from an actual caption that said that almond milk is really just nut juice. Is basically what it comes down to.
Yeah, I saw that like meme or something.
Yes. So the balls and nut juice. But what if people made their own balls and you brought enough? You know, it's like a craft. Like when you're with kids and you're crafting. You know, it's like everybody has a station.
And a cookie exchange, but with balls.
What's that?
Yeah.
A cookie exchange, but with balls.
A ball
Exchange your balls.
You can just trade balls.
Well, because the people who do essential oils do a lot of like make and takes, where you know you make your own little like bath scrubs or whatever things. So
Yeah.
I love the idea of like getting to leave with like a variety of different kind of balls. I did like the snickerdoodle ones for the first time the other day.
Oh my
So
god,
good.
they are so good. Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to send me some of your balls because I want to try those.
They're so
Isn't
good.
this a really cool cookbook called The Shred?
But how you guys make things is not how I make them, and they don't turn out quite the same.
I'm not a huge fan of balls unless I make them myself.
And her balls are my favorites. I would travel across the ends of the earth for your balls. I'm not kidding.
I'm so glad this call is recorded.
I don't blush very often, but I think I'm blushing a little. So I think the point of all this is something different, right? How do we do things that are different and fun and make it what you would go to? So
Actually, Amy, I just thought of one I haven't done, but I know there's two that Sidelines did. They did a complete ice cream party for the kids with
that's
Labor Day coming up. And then everybody brought toppings, but at least the ice cream was free, and then they did it with kids. So they got non-Juice Plus customers to bring, you know, obviously whatever an ice cream topping would be that didn't have to be made from and then they made the different flavors of the Juice Plus ice cream.
That's a great idea. And it's still
That was-
fun enough where people would want to do something like that for the summer.
Right, especially like Labor Day, if people are looking to do like a kids thing for Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
And then I just went to an event at Lori's house with Jeanette and Lori, and they did they did like a whole detox thing, and they did a make your own cleanser and a make your own deodorant and stuff, but they talked a lot about the detox, which then tied into the whole Shred 10 thing and discussing why we want to detox our body and other ways of doing it besides. And she just said she watched a whole bunch of YouTube videos and stuff and just got ideas from that. And then we all went home with, a detox cleaner and a underarm thing. And it was really good. It got a bunch of people that were interested that never would come to a Juice Plus event, you know? So that
I
was a
think
thought
that's
too.
great. Did they have a good title for theirs?
They did. Well, oh my gosh. I don't know if I think they didn't have a great title, but then throughout it, it's Danette and Lori. So they ended up going live with a live feed where they detoxed Danette's armpits on live Facebook.
I can totally see them
So, it
doing
was
that.
crazy. So then, yeah. Yeah. So so they did that, and then they do a lot of kombucha parties too, which then ties into the whole just living healthy, and they bring scobies and they get everybody to make their own kombucha. So I've been able to get some people to their kombucha parties that never come to any of my stuff that's billed as a Juice Plus healthy eating thing, but they'll go make kombucha, which is interesting. But anyway, so those are two thoughts as well.
Kathy, on those, do they make it like pretty obvious from the invite that it's a Juice Plus sponsored event, or is it like it just comes up in conversation once you're there?
The kombucha event definitely had like the Juice Plus thing, like it had it somewhere. It definitely, the other one, I want to say it was like detox your environment, and it just came up in conversation. Like it just came up, because it was like 2 weeks ago. So it was all about detoxing your environment. And they talked about how, and Lori did a really interesting thing. She found like 20 different spigots of information like that she would normally have given as a presentation, and she cut them up and she made them into individual sheets of paper and numbered them, and everybody had to read there. So like we all gave the presentation. Does that make any sense?
That's awesome.
So then you had ownership of like, yeah, and especially that it was like little snippets of like, I don't know, there's toxins found in baby, I can't remember, like an umbilical cord blood, like some of those type of, things, or, PVCs, or I can't even remember what some of them were. But so then we all had ownership of like saying something that, and I don't remember what everybody else said, but I remember what mine said,
Right.
Like, so at least I took that away, and I had to pay attention because I knew my number was coming up, and I didn't want to be the one that wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
So that was really interesting, rather than her just standing up and saying these facts and figures of how toxic our environment was. So I thought that was a really interesting way of doing it too.
Wellness presentation.
Yeah. So those I thought were great ideas, and then that just really became kind of people talking about shredding, and then I don't know how many orders came. I mean, I don't know if anybody got any orders from it, but that was just very organic. It was not billed as a Juice Plus event at all. So.
But that goes back to the education piece, and why people love this company so much is that they get the opportunity to share and learn themselves as you're going through the probably the research of what you want to tell people. But I mean, I would do something like that. I think that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and I always go back. I haven't done it, but I know Christy and used to always do the facial parties where they break up the vineyard blend and they do facials with the capsules.
But that could even be involved in your detox party too, right?
Right.
So
right.
We used to do whole food facial parties all the time, and it was 4 different ingredients, and it was straight out of the Do You Have the Guts to Be Beautiful by Dr. Mitra Ray. So it's an awesome way to get people, I think some people in who want to, again, leave with something, and their something is they just got a facial they didn't have to pay for,
Right.
So just like Make and Take, like everybody brings one thing, but they leave with so much more. So, okay, what do you think? We got some good ideas. I think if you have other ideas, you can post them after I post this video. But we really want to just get back to what's fun, right? You have fun?
Yeah.
So you really want to have fun doing this business and really get our distributors to do the same thing. Because again, if it's not fun, why would they sign up to be on our team if we feel like this is just one more thing we have to do? We really want to make this something we're emotionally charged and we're excited about what we're doing instead of it just being something, a box you have to check off. Okay? Okay. Yeah. So what I'm hearing people say is that Magic Keys is helping a lot. Is that a correct statement?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So how many of you have watched it 3 times?
Watched it twice. I'm watching it again today.
Perfect. So solidify your business by watching it a 3rd time, because like Bob says, an image, like you got to do everything 3 times to really be able to grow your business and like make it stick in your brain, make it something that's part of your subconscious. You know, like you don't have to think about what your story is going to be. You're just going to open your mouth and somehow words are just going to come out. Like when somebody asks you what your birthday is or what your cell phone number is, you know, I don't have to think about it. I just say it because it's right there. So
2, 4, 6.
8.
There you go.
See? All right. So have a great week, everybody. I'm really excited. I'm going to cut it off short because we have to go to an appointment for this little one. Can you say hi? Can you say hi? There we go. So I hope you guys have a wonderful week. And if you think of other ideas that you can, of things that you want to do or different ideas of different events, please post them after I post this video, because if there's things we haven't talked about, this is all about brainstorming and having new ideas, right?
Aim real fast. I have 2 events I'm going to do. It just happened. So I have a friend who's a beauty counter rep, and she and I are very similar. They take juice spots. So we're going to do a mom's back to school pampering event, talking about mom's health and skincare. And we're going to do facials through with beauty counter, and then make snacks and talk about Juice Plus and stuff. And then another one we're going to do is that she just suggested was they have a My Gym that just opened up in McLean, and we're going to do a kids nutrition and fitness event there.
And that sounds like so much fun.
It's going to be really fun. So like I find like it's really fun doing it with somebody else that's not even a Juice Pluser. Like she just has such great ideas, and she's got a different network of people, and so it's just fun to do stuff with her.
Well, and what you find is that you attract people who are like-minded, and she's like-minded because all of their products are natural too. So when you have people like that, it just makes sense that you would want to link arms, because that is something that is going to Haley, honey. It just makes sense that you guys link arms, because you're going to have a different network than she is, and it's like basically swapping networks.
Yeah.
Right? So, it's a great opportunity. All right. So that was a great idea. So you can I hope everybody's listening and coming on the call next Monday. Actually, no, because next Monday is Labor Day. So we will not be having a call on Labor Day, but the following Monday. And that evening, there won't be a pre-qualifiers call either, because we will be having our team call. So Robin Eisenweiss is going to be our guest speaker. I'm really excited. I don't know if anybody knows Robin, but she was just in Vegas with, they did this Eric Worre thing, and like literally like partying it up with Eric Worre and like trying to soak in all of his knowledge to help grow their business. So Don Rathman was there. Who else did I see that was there? I don't know. It wasn't Julie Herbst. I can't remember who was there exactly, but I'm really excited to see her. So build for that one. We'll get we'll make sure that that's posted soon. If you guys have any questions, holler at me, and I will see you guys soon. All right.
Great.
Okay.
Thanks, Anne.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.